Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another SRA event here. We've got round 7 at Silverstone this week, Division 5. Once again, the pinnacle of sim racing here in Division 5. Week in, week out, we got the insane pace. A lot of these guys don't belong here in D tonight. Witnessing the action, as always, Mr. Cody Platt. Welcome back, brother. How you been?
I've been great. Ready to get rocking at Silverstone. Ready to witness the absolute pinnacle of racing once again.
Absolutely, and it's we say that every week, but we would never lie to you because it's actually true. Like I said, we are at. Hold on, we need to update my stuff over here. We are at Silverstone this week. It is the penultimate round of Season 7 here. Championship battle is very close. We will touch on that later. We are in a dry race today. It is a day race, so nothing special. We did come from wet Donington last week, so these guys are probably relieved to have a normal race finally. And Silverstone is a great track, great racing track. Lots of opportunities to overtake at. You can go ahead and switch it, Cody. Silverstone is different here. The Formula One track is significantly. It's the same track, just different corners. Turn 1 Formula One will be, I believe that's turn. I can't quite see that. 14, 13, 12. Turn 11, I think that is turn 1 for Formula One. But
Yep.
Today for us, turn 1 will be Cops Corner up there. We are in the old pit straight. What do you find difficult about this track? I know we got a lot of fast flowing corners. You do have to take a lot of curb. Some of the sausages here are pretty aggressive, but what do you find to be the struggle the most for yourself?
Yeah, for me, it's very easy to say. I do not like Maggots and Beckett's. Not only do I not feel very fast there, but there is a very real fear every time I enter that series of corners that I'm just gonna die.
Yeah. Well, it is difficult because too much steering input, maybe a little too fast, you'll end up drifting. Or if you go in a little too hot, you will spin the car, and there's a lot of grass runoff, so you will just keep sliding into the distance, into the shadow realm. So a lot of people will probably have that issue. We will see probably some side-by-side action through there. We'll make it significantly slower, so those cars behind any side-by-side action through Maggots and Beckett's will have to check up. Perhaps, if not, maybe feast on some incidents, but
yeah, it can be really tough. It can be really tough specifically to follow closely through Maggots and Beckett's because of how differently people take it and how different their speed can be. But there's also a lot of grass that you can touch and just absolutely ruin yourself on. So
for sure. And then the exit of Maggots and Beckett's, which is called Chapel Corner there, will be very crucial as we do have the hangar straight there, which does lead us down to Stowe Corner. We should see a lot of overtaking there as well. A lot of bad exits through Chapel will set the opportunity up for cars behind to overtake through Stowe and potentially stick it all the way through the next section of the track, which is, I think, the most technical section of the track from Vale to Club all the way to Hamilton Straight. But yeah, that's going to be our race tonight. Hopefully, pretty safe. Got a lot on the line so far for a lot of drivers, and jumping over to the race here. Silvers are on their warm-up laps, just trying to set a banker, get those tires up to temp, set a valid lap, and pray for the best.
Aoki's going to be our first silver to cross.
And we do have a fast track at the moment, so these times probably won't be the official times. We might see a switch over to optimum. Hopefully for these guys, give them a shot. If not, I bet we'll see an optimum track for the golds. Not what the silvers we're hoping for, because a fast track definitely is not the best. Tire times might be a little all over the place, but we'll see here. Maybe they put some rubber down, warm up the track a bit, and hopefully get a lap or two down in the optimum. We do have it's not a super hot day.
No, 23 degrees is about what the practice server has been hovering at. And I'll also note I've been paying attention, and most practice servers have started out fast and become optimum after 6-7 minutes. So the silvers may get a chance to have 1 or 2 laps in on a actually nice track. Right, and Aoki Cross.
Well, there we go. Some bankers only split by a 10th. Kalamelo right behind them, a second off, but like I said, it is early goings, fast track, banker laps. Colin Yazierski currently sitting up top with the 2:09.
He's been quick so far. Looking at the practice leaderboards, he's about the 6th fastest guy in D5 according to that.
Yeah, and so you say that Christian Lorenzo, our common talking point here in D5, sets a new pole time 9/10 quicker than Yazierski with a 2-minute flat.
Yeah, he's definitely in a different league. He has a chance at beating the golds today, to be frank.
100%.
He's a quick guy, so it's hard to compare him.
Oh, I agree, and I mean, he's up another half second on his best lap, so it's only going to get better from him. I mean, he's been knocking out of the park with the win last week. He's had a win at, I don't know, where was it? Imola, I believe. So he's definitely got the pace. I think he's just had a couple of either misfortunate events or some missed races, because he is a little bit off of the top of the leaderboard standings wise, but maybe he's looking for a good run here for the last 2 races, and currently 8.5 tenths up on his best lap. Will absolutely clear everybody by a whole 2 seconds. Sticks this lap.
Yeah, he might end up beating my personal best in this session, to be honest. He's not slow. Let's be very, very clear.
And the wild thing is that we still are in a fast track condition.
Yep.
As he is a whole second up on his lap as he comes up to the last few set of corners. Just a good couple of corners to go here. So this PB, as we do see a yellow flag from Rene Oki. So John Donahue jumps up to P2, 10th off of Christian here, but Christian 1.2 seconds up. Going to drop a bit, but a 1.1 second improvement will put him in the 158s. 158.9.
We'll
Good
take
gosh.
That. We'll take that.
1.2 seconds to Poe. Now Bobby Dockendorf, once again from out of nowhere. 1.1 seconds off of Christian, but Bobby Dockendorf has had a good run lately.
Really good run. The past couple of races, he has been pulling through. Really good performances. Probably the last 3 or so races, he's been competing for silver wins.
Yeah, he's been really good. Just so you know, the pip is black again, by the way. There you go. Yeah, Bobby Dockendorf, if we get a track improvement anytime soon, I'm sure he's going to improve. I'm sure Christian will improve again somehow. But these goals are licking their chops, hoping to see some improvement on the track. Fast to optimum, 2.5 minutes left till they're going to come out.
Hoping to see that track switch back over to optimum here in a moment. Lorenzo has
see much improvement anywhere.
Lorenzo has a sector to go and is up 2.5 tenths on his time, 3.5 tenths on his time.
Yeah.
And
Bobby's up 4 as the track does switch over to optimum.
There it is.
So they will probably have, everybody will have at least one go at this optimum track condition if they have put enough fuel in the car. This is the moment. This is the one lap you need is right now.
Yep. It's like Lorenzo's going to cross with a delta of -3 tenths.
Which will put him at a 58. We'll say 6. It says 5, but I'm going to round up the 0.003 of a second and say 6. Very respectable time. Bobby Dockendorf improves by about half a second. He is up or behind about 1 second from Lorenzo.
Yep.
So there's a wild, massive gap there. Like I said, it is an optimum track, so these guys are definitely going to be hitting their marks here on this final lap for them. We do have 55 seconds left of the silver qualifying before the golds get to come out and have the optimum track to themselves.
A couple of the silvers have gone back to the pits. Probably a fuel miscalculation.
Could be, which is unfortunate timing.
Zerski improves his delta very nicely through that first and second sector.
Yeah, 4/10 is a good improvement so far. Bobby Dockendorf up 4/10 as well himself.
Just a few cars behind Zerski is Bobby Dockendorf with that. Oh, wow.
As Panzo pulls off with the yellow flag. Probably going to return to pits there. We do have 7 seconds left for these silvers. I don't think anybody is crossing the line anytime soon. Yep. That'll be it for silver, so as soon as they cross the line, that is over. Golds are free to go. They will have the warm-up lap, but we'll watch these silvers here.
Friday jumps
bring in the
to
last few
P5.
laps. Zierski's going to come out of that last corner about 5.5 tenths, up to 6 tenths.
6 tenths, and
that'll be a massive improvement.
Yeah, up to P3 for him. That's a really good lap.
For sure. Massive improvement there on the last lap. I definitely think he had the best improvement with the track condition switch. So we do see a couple yellow flags as people return to pits, bailing on the last lap. We do see Mr. Rally down here in P12, improving by half a second, as he does have the last sector to go. Half a second will improve him several positions. All he's got to do is stick the last corner here.
Does he do it? Several positions on the line, and his
big
delta
exit.
Looks nice.
It's going to drop a bit to the end. 3.5 tenths improvement on his time will put him up to P9. There's a good lap there. Very good
nice
lap
from him.
As I do believe all the silvers have finished.
Yeah.
We do have a couple of silvers who didn't set a lap.
So
Matt Mattisey. Matt Mattisey does have a pit lane start, I think, or quali ban. One of the two, I can't remember.
That's what it is. I think he just has a quali ban. So, but yeah, those silvers, a couple of really good times. Lorenzo, obviously, with just an insane time, one that could stand up to like D1, maybe
potentially.
And then Dockendorf and Jezierski follow him with pretty good times in 59s and a very low 2-minute.
Yeah, we'll see who's gonna be able to challenge Christian this week. Not many people were able to do so last week. I'm sure Christian's okay with no challenge, but we love a challenge. We love watching a challenge.
Looks like our boy William Brown will be leading the golds as he finishes the final corner to start his first flying lap. Martin Riggs stopped on track in your picture-in-picture.
Not sure what's happening here.
Fuel issue, maybe?
Well, maybe he was just doing one last tweet before he went off.
Yep. He was making sure to tune in to the broadcast.
Yeah, making sure he's able to hear what's going on with him. So.
Yep.
Who's your pick for tonight? Who are you thinking?
Honestly, Lorenzo.
Lorenzo's a very valid pick. Very good pick.
For the golds,
I'm going to go...
My heart says Will Brown.
Yeah.
My mind says DJ Watts.
DJ Watts.
DJ's going to pull a good race together for us.
Those are two very good picks. I think William Brown is a sleeper pick this week. As you said, he has not had much practice, but he does have a D5 Drivers' Championship battle on the line, so hopefully he's going to pull something through here. I'm going to go... I'll go different. I'll choose good old Bobby Dockendorf for the silvers.
All right.
And I'm gonna go with the trusty old Mick Riggs here, Martin Riggs. in the Evo. He's been pretty quick, just a lot of unfortunate since Imola. So
2 very good picks.
Absolutely.
William Brown's rounding out the final corner now. Touches a little bit of grass, keeping it
Good
exciting as he
Good for him.
sets down his banker.
Not everybody can say they touched grass this week.
No, definitely not. 2:02 to start out. Lane Yates barely gets ahead of him with a 2:02. Then we've got DJ Watts and Boisano starting up ahead of them. And now the drivers will file in and spread the grid out a bit before I'm sure they make some big improvements.
Yes, they're going to need it because the closest gold driver currently to Lorenzo is DJ Watts, as you said, 2.4 seconds off of him, but those were banker laps.
Yeah, I guess it takes a while to get your tires warmed up. It's okay.
Could be playing it safe there on the first lap, as Martin Riggs does take away that gold pole position. The 1.9 second gap to Lorenzo. He's also going to be wanting to improve himself. A lot of people improving at the moment. Actually, almost everybody's improving at the moment. Robichaud's down on his time, and Rose is down on his time. But everybody else up a massive chunk at the moment. Lane Yates up 1.2 seconds. Nick Cameron up almost a second.
Will Brown has a decent delta of 7.5 tenths as he's wrapping up Sector 3.
Bossino up another second himself. So
right behind Will. Yeah, loses a little bit there out of the loop. That's what they call that corner.
Yeah, Ian Byron also, I think, is a very sleeper pick as well. He's had some really good races, a little bit of misfortune, but has been super quick week in and week out. I'm waiting for a good result from him because he's been rapid lately.
Yes, he has. Will Brown jumps up to 18th. Boisano behind him jumps up to P7.
Nice lap from him.
Nick Cameron's following them at P6.
Yeah, Ian Byron jumped up to P8 as well. Martin Riggs coming through here. The last sector currently up a second. Needs probably a whole nother second to even say hello to Lorenzo.
Man, are we going to see a gold on pole?
I don't know at this rate. Lorenzo put in a mighty time. As Rose improves up to P9, now P10.
Riggs to P2.
Martin Riggs, P2, 7 tenths off of Lorenzo still. That 58.5 is a very, very impressive time.
It really is. I think that's half a tenth faster than mine, my personal best.
Yeah, I'm going to go over here, look at the hot lap leaderboard, and see where that just puts him, because
it's definitely a D2 time, at least.
That's 2 more tenths, dude, and that's a D1 time.
Yeah.
58.3 is the cutoff for a D1.
Maybe next time for him.
Maybe. I'm going to count it, because that is insane.
Will Brown out in front, finishing up Sector 3 again. Couple corners left to go as he has a second on his delta. Also paying attention to DJ Watts just behind him, who's also a little bit down on the leaderboard and also has now second and 3 tenths on his delta. Well,
Ian Byron is about to say up half a second. Went down a bit, but has gained a lot of it back as he does approach the final section of the track here, the last corner.
DJ Watts to P5.
It's a good lap from him.
It really
Ian
is.
Byron up 3 tenths, up to P4.
Nice time from Ian. Justin Rose coming around the last 2 corners, hovering around an even delta. Can he pull something out here in the last corner? Looks like he can as he gains almost 2 tenths there and slots up. One position.
So we do have 1 minute left of qualifying. Anybody who just started a lap, this is their final lap, and got a couple people actually coming around the back section of the track to start their final lap, but it looks like most people will not have another go at it. So this is the final lap for most people. Currently, Ian Byron up the most with 7/10 improvement.
Yeah, there are not going to be any additional laps.
Nope.
No hero laps today.
Unfortunately, Christian Lorenzo sitting very well with no deltas even sniffing his time, as that time, like I said, is mighty impressive as Ian Byron does go off and invalidates his lap. Unfortunately, that should be it for his quali. So there's only 15 seconds left, and he's got a lot of the track to go.
Will Brown gets a tough exit out of the loop as he's trying to improve from 15th. Still green on his delta. Let's see if he can make it up in the final few corners of Sector 3. So far, so good. Wrapping it around the final corner, and delta's improving. Up to about 6/10 now. He goes from 15th to 7th. Nice time from him. Wazano follows him with also a green delta. Moves up 2 positions. Nick Cameron following them. He's gonna steal. Wow. Steals about 5 positions with only half a tenth on his delta. Justin Rose is gonna make a pretty big improvement here from P12. Up to P4. Nice time from him. Cockcroft now, second to last driver to cross with green on his delta. Goes from P21 to P14. Velker is following him from 22 to 15. Just slots in behind him.
Very good qualifying there. Not much more to say about Lorenzo's lap there. Mighty impressive. Martin Riggs there 7/10 off. That's a wild gap, I think. So I think your pick with Lorenzo is gonna stick. In my opinion, if all he's got to do is get to the end of the race, and that should be it for him. But we'll see how his race pace is compared to that quali pace. Is a lot of people do practice quali a little more extra than they do the race, but we shall see here.
Shout out those silvers. 2 of them in podium position at the moment.
Yeah, we got a very good spread. Very good spread of silver and gold mix here.
Yep.
Up and down the grid. We do have 28 drivers tonight. Not the full grid we're used to. We did have 25 last week. So a little improvement, but
let's take a quick look at the team standings, huh?
Yeah, let's do that, as D5 is very close between team and driver standings, as Team Stardust is contradicting what I just said. Is there?
Yeah.
Wildly ahead. Wildly ahead.
The team series is, I don't want to say all but decided, but it's very their championship to lose.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. 127-point gap to Champion Motorsport. Electrified Hydration. That is DJ Watts and Ryan Bossino.
Those guys in P8 and P12 tonight versus Dockendorf and Cameron in P7 and P3. So that's going to be a tough one to make up.
For sure. And then about 30 points behind those guys is Madhouse Racing, Area 992. In the 992, Pat Cockcroft and Darren Wicks. Pat Cockcroft once again.
Yep.
Whereas Pat Cockcroft tonight.
And Pat I would say
P14.
Yeah, I would say the fight to watch here finalizing this season is going to be for P3 in the team series. It's going to be either Madhouse Racing Area 992 or Slow Hio, depending on how those guys perform.
For sure. And Slow Hio, they're a very strong team with Yazierski and Brown.
Decent positions tonight.
For sure. All they need is just a couple of good results, maybe some overtakes on track, and those guys definitely will have a good run for that podium spot in the team championship. Over to the drivers, extremely close, extremely close. We've had 3 different leaders in the last 3 weeks.
This is a 3-way fight.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially when you look at where Nick Cameron is tonight. Yeah. This is a 3-way fight.
For sure. I mean, William Brown had that lead going into, I believe it was Imola.
Yep.
And Martin Riggs snatched it, got the win in Monza, took it over. And then Nick Cameron coming with an impressive podium last week, being able to take that top spot away. So one race can change anything, as it has shown in the last 3 weeks. I mean, even Lane Yates, one good result from Lane Yates, and he's even back in it as well. So it could go any way. These guys are looking for a good result. Martin Riggs up there in P2. Nick Cameron is not far off in P7, and Will Brown in P9. So everybody in the top 10.
Yep, all 3 in the top 10.
So, I mean, it could go any way. It is going to be a long hour of Silverstone here.
And it is Silverstone.
It is Silverstone,
a lot
yes.
Can happen.
Oh, 100%. At any point as well. One mistake, and it's pretty brutal.
Let's get all this worked out. Let's get the heli cam going for these guys up front.
For sure, for sure. We do have 3 people actually in the pit lane. We only had 1 pit lane start, but I believe 2 people forgot to press drive and
it's tough
got put into the pits. But
Secum, Madisy, and Collagen are going to be starting from the pits tonight.
Yeah, I believe Madisy was the only one with the penalty, but maybe it's a strategy.
Maybe it is. Cop's corner here, going into Maggots and Beckett's, can be kind of wild.
100%. Yeah, the first lap here will be slow, as we will probably still see some side-by-side action all the way through Maggots, Beckett's, and Chapel, all the way down to Hangar straight there.
Yep.
But those of you new to our stream, welcome to Division 5. On the left, we got the current time, or the current standings that will be updated occasionally. We do have a 55-minute pit window, once again, as we have all season. We'll have 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after on each side of the race for pits. The gold number plates, or orange numbers next to the nameplates, are your pit indicators. Orange means they still have the pit, green means they have pit, and then our gold-silver split. Gold is the white number plate, and silver is the silver plate, just for clarification. But we are closing out here on our formation lap. Drivers trying to get any temperature in their tires they can immediately, into their brakes as well, to get them a flying start here. Should be going 2 wide at any moment.
Yeah, it's going to be right about now.
Yep, you nailed it.
Super long and super annoying outlap, to be honest.
I couldn't agree more.
Probably my least favorite outlap in the whole game.
I think it's a close second behind Spa.
At least Spa's scenic, you know.
I don't even know if that helps. It's just unbearably long.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah, but Cody will be watching the front there, and I will be watching the mid to back. Try and cover as much ground as we can.
Yeah, I'm ready to swap it around for any possible action we might get. It's going to be all good action here at the pinnacle of racing.
Exactly.
But we're prepared
and they always
for it.
Provide. Yep. D5 always provides. We do come to the end of the formation lap. Christian Lorenzo leading us off the line.
Green light, go, go, go.
As we are off and away for SRA. So we had 2 Cops corner. Martin Riggs actually storming lap 1, turn 1, sorry there. Christian Lorenzo actually drops down to P3. Looks like Bobby Dockendorf, I believe, got past him. Oh, was there a little incident there? pretty clean towards the back here so far. I don't see any yellow flags.
So far, so good.
Not sure what happened to Lorenzo there on the start, but just didn't get away well. Don't know if it was the reactions or the cars around him had that better jump, but Christian Lorenzo's got a handful of work to do here now. Not so straightforward as he does go side by side, but does have the outside line, tries to switch back. Bobby Dockendorf wants none of it, just plays his line and sticks through there. So far, so good. A couple of position changes.
So far, so clean.
Oh, as I say that, Boston gets tapped and does go for a spin there.
He's going to be relegated back to the back.
He is.
It's a tough spot.
No
for
real
that to happen.
damage. It was soft touch, but no real damage. A lot of race left, so don't give up, kid.
Yep.
John Donahue, yellow flag as well. Just has an off there. No harm, no foul.
Lorenzo just got past Justin Rose back into P3. Cockcroft makes a move on Donahue for P11. Up front, Dockendorf and Lorenzo are fighting. Lorenzo trying to get past as Martin Riggs just running away.
Yeah, he's going to feast on this one. This will be his golden moment, is to just try and gap Lorenzo and Dockendorf.
Yep.
Build a gap and hopefully just keep Lorenzo behind.
Will Brown takes Nick Cameron. So Will Brown has passed the leader on track. The championship leader, not the race leader.
Yeah. Ian Byron is going side by side with DJ Watts here through Maggots and Beckett's.
He's touching a little too much grass there. He's going to lose a lot of time, and that's going to open the door to Yezerski, who just has to slow down behind him. Not quite able to make the move he might have wanted there. Nice racing from DJ Watts, though.
For sure. We are already seeing a massive gap from P4 to P5, a 4-second gap. So these front four are kind of cooking already. The gap from P1 to P2 currently up at 2 seconds, as Bobby is getting absolutely hounded from Lorenzo. So he does go deep there. Christian looking for the switchback, is going to have the inside line.
Lorenzo gets a little racy and Dockendorf goes a touch wide. We might see Justin Rose here come through. No, he hangs back and then makes a move into Maggots and Beckett's. Almost sticks it, but Dockendorf just squeezes him out.
Very tight. As we do have a yellow flag back here with Vincent as he is going sideways. Darren Robichaud, yellow flag as well.
Yep. In
the same spot, it looks like. Yep, just behind him. Not sure what happened there. Maybe I can go back for a quick replay.
Yeah, let's see what happened in the picture-in-picture.
It's like Ortiz is off up ahead. Vincent probably just has to lift here a bit. Darren Robichaud just came in too hot.
And yeah, I'll note now that Lorenzo has gotten past Dockendorf, it looks like he's going to start to build that gap. And the golden moment for Martin Riggs to pull away and build a gap between him and Lorenzo has ended, or appears to have ended, and has led to a 3-second gap.
Yeah, and as it is actually small, it is increasing just ever so slightly here. As I did say that it does drop 4/10. So it's going to be a tight one here. We'll see what Martin Riggs can do with the best defense he can, but we do have another off in the main screen there.
Yeah, Donahue had one of those filthy off tracks we were talking about there in Maggots and Beckett's.
Donahue, more like Donahue.
Right, car 100.
Car 100. We know.
Nick Cameron got a stop-go 30.
Oh no.
So must have been speeding in the pits as that pit lane opened up. That might bump him out of the top 10.
That is tough, worse. Yeah. Yeah.
So the championship leader gets the stop-go 30. Will Brown is in a good position to take what will likely be second now that Martin Riggs is leading the race.
For sure. We're actually gonna see, because Lorenzo is rapidly catching rigs. We're gonna see what Martin does if he just lets Lorenzo go, because I think he knows that Lorenzo is so far clear that it's not really his race, and he's got a lot more on the line than Lorenzo does. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens there. 2.5 second gap.
Yeah, and if he gets the information that Cameron has that stop go 30, which he's now cleared, I believe. Let's see. Nope, he still needs to clear that, and he's in 26th. So, yeah, if he gets that information, he's going to know all he has to do for this race is chill.
Yep, P2 is a great result. We'll probably bump him up to P1 as he is going to probably clear Cameron after this race, and we'll see where Will Brown finishes. A lot of racing left. Anything could happen from him. He could gain 5 positions for all we know.
Yeah, we'll see. Absolutely anything could happen. Put a little focus on this as we have teammates fighting for position. As Connor Yuzerski goes wide and Will Brown attacks him on the inside into Maggots. Stays behind, so Yuzerski keeping that position over Will Brown. Gets a good clean exit out of Beckett's and might be ahead enough to clear the slipstream.
And while all that's been going on, Rose has been on the rear end of Bobby Dockendorf. Bobby got passed by Lorenzo and has just been defending for his life here.
Yeah, Justin Rose is quick. That Ferrari is a very opportunist car when it comes to racing the Porsche, as the Porsche often has a tendency to lose its rear, and the Ferrari has a tendency to be able to take advantage of that. So that's what he's going to be looking for as he follows him closely. And it looks like Will Brown gets past Yuzerski, and Poe trying to get past Yuzerski now, and does, as he makes kind of a crazy move on the outside. Yuzerski might be in a fight here against Friday and might lose another position to him. Doesn't look like it, as Friday doesn't get a good enough drive out of the loop. Yuzerski is going to be able to focus on the rest of Sector 3 and try and stay clean ahead of him.
Yeah, and Lane Yates going up the inside of Reneoki. Reneoki switching back, does take the outside for the final corner here. Lane Yates looking to block off that switchback again. I think he will do is the Bentley is a boat out there, kind of a hard car to pass.
Oh yeah,
how massive that thing is.
Lane Yates once again surprising me with the pace that he has in the Bentley.
Absolutely, absolutely.
He manages to keep that thing planted.
Just looking at the timing board, it looked like Yuzerski has a massive train behind him, so
yep.
If it's got a problem, not good, as there is about 5 cars eager to pass him.
Yep, he really has to get his head down and start just focusing on the track ahead and keeping his pace up if he wants to keep this top 10 position. So you're right, he's got 2 guys who could very well challenge him behind him, and then Lane Yates approaching them, who we know has pace to challenge here. So
for sure, and is already on a hunt.
Yep.
As he has overtaken a couple cars already.
Oh, Yuzerski almost gets hit there by Cockcroft. Somehow avoided it. I thought for sure they were going to go spinning. But I think Connor's actually going to be really psyched for that, because the gap behind him to Cockcroft and Flores has built to a second now, as he's going to just see that in his rear view and think, please keep fighting.
Yeah, for sure. And that does allow Lane Yates and Reneoki to join in on this battle as well, as they have come up to the back of Flores and Cockcroft.
Yeah, so Yuzerski has an opportunity here to basically just try and gap the car behind as much as he can while that 4-way battle is going on. This is his golden moment.
Did I mention there's 49 minutes left of the race?
Oh, right. That looks like Cockcroft is able to just continue to build as Yuzerski pits, decides, I don't want to challenge these guys. I want to just get laps in and try and come out ahead of him.
Which is a very good strat.
Byron just a little bit behind DJ Watts, who's just a little bit behind Justin Rose. We might see a three-way battle for P4 there, depending on how clean Justin Rose can lap.
Yeah, Will Brown does have Poe on the back of him still. Oh, we do see 3 yellow flags here. Not sure what happened. That was weird.
Yep.
I'm getting some sort of glitch here. I'm seeing yellow flags pop up all over the place for no reason.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any particularly, but Will Brown and Poe battling it out here, as Will Brown initially took Poe and has been leading him. Will Brown tries to gain room on the outside, but it doesn't work, but then tries to stick it on the inside, catches a little bit too much curb and isn't able to make it work as well as he would have liked. And is now being challenged by Friday just behind him.
As we jump on board with Rally here, kind of the back of this train here for P14 between Demler, Ortiz, and Filker.
Ooh. Friday getting a little close for comfort there on Friday.
Oh my goodness.
Who's that on board in the picture-in-picture?
I'm with Rally as Rodney is
Rally.
Just kind of spins in front of him. I think it was Demler as well. Also cut too much inside curb and nearly spun back on track. I'm sure that was a little underpants change moment for Rally.
Oh yeah, he's going to be psyched though with that gain of 2 positions.
For sure.
As Will Brown loses that position to Friday on the final corner, just goes a little bit too deep and Friday takes advantage. Be surprised if we don't see him come back to Friday and really come back to Poe as well, as he's going to be eager to get points in the championship here.
Yeah, and just talking about championship points, that battle for P1 that we said was going to happen, the gap has not moved. Martin Riggs actually still has the fastest lap. Just set it on his previous lap with a 2-minute flat, about almost 4/10 quicker than Lorenzo. So I'm not sure if, what I said earlier about the quality pace being significantly different than the race, but Martin Riggs is locked in at the moment.
Yeah, Riggs had an amazing start and has been lapping at frankly an amazing pace. McLaren confirmed OP.
The Evo is OP. I can confirm.
It's so strong.
It's so wild.
There are a lot of drivers who are gonna say no, but man, that thing has race pace.
Yeah.
Will Brown going deep on a lot of corners, opening the door to Cockcroft. I'm wondering if maybe his tires are cooked. Oh, see, does the opposite of go deep there and hits a curb. He is struggling with those tires, it seems.
For sure, and the biggest thing we never really talked about with Silverstone is there's not really very many clear braking indicators. We're kind of just picking a spot on the track and hopefully it doesn't change.
Yeah, hope it sticks.
Yeah.
Lane Yates looking to challenge Will Brown finally.
So we do have a pretty close battle down here for P23, car 100, leading Flores and Yezierski.
Yep.
All 3 have pit, so this is for position.
Yeah, close guys. This is for the lead of all those who have pit.
Yes. And like you said earlier, Yezierski pitting to hopefully get out of battles, as he does pit and it's in battles.
Yep.
Unfortunately, this probably won't help his case.
Might not be what he wants at the moment, but at the same time, he might be inspired by these 2 guys who are historically quicker and might be able to just try and stick to them in a way that, you know, pulls him forward. We'll see.
So
or maybe he'll challenge them.
Could be, and I did did see that. I think Rene Oki did just lose 2 positions to Rally and Demler. I'm not sure what happened.
Spinning out into the sand. Flores and Yezerski pass him. Not a whole lot going on up in the top 10. Friday following behind Poe somewhat closely for a while, and DJ Watts following Justin Rose somewhat closely for a while.
Yeah, everybody's just about settling into their position. We haven't had very many pit takers at the moment. So I think a lot of people are going to be pitting probably to the middle end as Darren Robichaud does go off.
Yep.
So right on board with him for a little bit. But it does look like, I believe it's the bottom 6 have pit. So not as many as usual off the bat. I think people are just kind of in that, let's hot lap, let's do what we can and pit when we think it's best.
Yeah, people aren't too satisfied or optimistic about the overcut here, I suppose. Or I guess that's the undercut. Lane Yates driving very aggressively to try and challenge Will Brown. I'm surprised at how offline you can take that Bentley and just stick to someone. Maybe it's a Lane Yates thing.
It could be. Could be that Lane Yates is the Bentley Whisperer.
So DJ Watts getting very close to Justin Rose now, as we were talking about how there might be this battle for P4. Doesn't pick the right braking marker there and has to back out. But he's going to continue challenging him here, I'm sure. Yeah.
And just kind of going up further a little bit, Martin Riggs is up 5 seconds to Lorenzo.
Yep. Martin Riggs in that McLaren Evo. Oh my gosh. DJ Watts almost makes a pretty insane move on Justin Rose there. Follows them into the loop a little bit deep and is going to lose out on some of that space. Not too much, is that? BMW comes out of the corner pretty quick.
Yeah, and I'm just on board with you, Yezerski, as Flores does get past Donahue, and I think Yezerski is looking to do the same as John is kind of lacking the stability and the pace at the moment.
Yeah, we saw John Donahue go off track earlier, right?
Yep.
So he could have flat spots if he spun super bad in Maggots and Beckett's, or it could be something else. It could be actual damage to his arrow.
Could also be a skill issue.
It could be.
He's gonna message me later.
Boisano actually racing Yezerski and gets past him.
Yeah, I was actually on board with Yezerski, and I didn't see Boston up the side of him.
No, that BMW is a Challenger racecraft demon of a car. Makes it look easy getting past the Ferrari.
Yeah.
As DJ Watts, 2/10 behind Justin Rose, is going to try and do the same.
He just cannot get past Rose. See if he dives up the inside here.
He has space too, but doesn't. And these are the corners that Ferrari is going to probably walk away in, these high-speed ones.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, he just has infinite more grip through those fast corners than the BMW.
And that BMW is a chunky boy.
Oh yeah. Still just comfortably following Rose. Something I think I'm aware of, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think the BMW has better tire wear than the Ferrari. So.
Yeah, could be. I'm not entirely sure about that, but Lane Yates always trying to look up the outside of Will Brown.
He's giving it all he can.
Yeah, Lane Yates is finding some race pace here.
Poe passes Byron, but it's because Byron was going into the pits. So Byron will pit from P6. I'm interested to see where he falls and whether he gets out ahead of Flores or whether those guys' pit strategy has gained them something.
Now we shall see and see if he comes out ahead of that battle of Donahue, Bossino, and Yezierski. And Flores, for that matter, so he's only 1 second ahead of Donahue. As Kyle Miller ducks in the pits as well.
Yep, we'll see more start to filter in here at the midway point in the race.
Yep.
Then we're going to see probably the top 5 or so pit very late, I'm going to guess.
Last 5-6 minutes, potentially.
Oh, yeah.
More than likely.
Will Brown still holding that position to Yates. He's in P9 now that Byron pit.
Yeah, and Lane Yates is being harassed by Ortiz at the moment. So any battling that Lane Yates was trying to take at Brown has now backfired and is defending from Ortiz in the Lambo.
Yep. Yeah, I have a feeling that Will Brown's going to be very happy about this. He has enough of a gap here that he can sort of just run his racing line, and Ortiz is close enough to Yates that he can sniff out a challenge and maybe slow him down. We'll see.
And
Yates getting closer to Brown.
Culligan had a moment there, lost several positions, does get rear-ended by Robichaud. Robichaud has taken victim twice tonight. And Robichaud does pull over for him.
Oh, not the best spot to try and pull over.
No, it definitely was on the racing line a bit, but...
Boissonneau getting super close to Donahue, going through the loop now, and gets a lot of drive out of that corner. I'll be surprised if he doesn't challenge him here into the final 2 corners of the track. We're going to see him peek out on the inside here for sure, right? Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, there he is.
There he is.
Stick it.
Sends it, and does he get enough drive to squeeze him out on the final corner?
So.
It looks like he does. That's awesome. Good racing there from Boissonneau.
And while all that was going on, DJ Watts did duck in the pits.
Yep, that is not something I was expecting to see. I'm wondering if maybe he wants to cool his tires.
Could be, or just trying to undercut Rose, as you know, those two have been battling since the beginning of this race.
Yep. And by the way, that battle between Boissonneau and Donahue there opened a door to Yezierski, who's now sticking on the back of Donahue. Maybe he's gained a little bit of inspired confidence and courage to challenge him here as he goes into the grass for a bit. And no doubt loses a little bit of that gap and is now being challenged from Demler behind him.
Yeah, we got a massive battle there. 4P17.
Demler's going to try to dive on the inside, and Yezierski starts to spin out, and Yezierski had to let up, and unfortunately for him, had nowhere to go forward in order to take that position back. Yeah, Demler just Tokyo drifting around that corner, lucky to save that. The opposite of a skill issue, you could say.
I would say very impressive.
Lane Yates still stuck to the back of Will Brown, despite Ortiz being just behind him.
Yeah, and Friday ducks into the pits himself.
Yes, he does. I have a feeling he's going to come out between Watts and Byron. Martin Riggs pulling 5 and now 6 seconds ahead of Lorenzo.
Yeah, I've just been kind of watching their lap times, and it's either been identical or Martin Riggs has had the advantage. As last lap, Martin Riggs did have that 2/10 advantage over Lorenzo.
That's wild. Lane Yates wanted to challenge Brown, but got challenged by Ortiz before he could.
Ortiz pulls out. I think he just dummies. Lane Yates does not want any of that.
Yep. I think that's going to be a trend between these three guys in their three-way battle for about P10, I think.
Yeah. Poe up in P5 is hounding Rose for P4.
Lane Yates gets hit by Ortiz there as they both slow down, and Justin Raleigh catches up to him and is now poised to challenge Ortiz. That little tap.
Rose goes deep. Side by side.
Poe's going to take it from Rose. He's going to try.
Outside line, see if he's got the run.
He's got the drive for it coming out of the corner. All Rose really has to do is slot in with this. Oh. Loses out quite a bit on the... I'm assuming he actually just lifted there and didn't want to do any kind of crazy side-by-side action there into that corner, and who can blame him?
I don't. Tell you that.
Abbey can be a dangerous place.
That was cops, by the way.
You're right. That was
Turn
cops.
one.
You're right. Will Brown and Lane Yates spinning out. I'm assuming Yates went for a move on Brown, and
we shall see here on the replay.
Must have, or maybe Will Brown just loses
Will
it in
Brown
front of
lost
him. He
it.
does.
Yep.
They hit each other. Oh, that's going to be bad front end damage for both of them.
Yes, nose on nose.
And that is the part of the track that I said touching grass would be fatal.
Yes.
Both those drivers are going to catapult down. You hate to see it.
Matt Mattisey ducking into the pits here, halfway through the race, 32 minutes left.
Justin Rose sticking onto the back of Poe here, and definitely wants to challenge him to take that position back. It's held position 4 for such a long time. I'm actually surprised that Poe came through with such an effort to catch up to Rose.
Yeah, and he did what DJ Watts couldn't, and stuck it to Rose. But we'll see what happens when Rose pits, because DJ Watts did pit early to, I think, potentially undercut Rose, and that battle with him and Poe might have slowed Rose down enough if DJ Watts doesn't get held up any.
I bet you it has, to be honest.
I believe so as well.
This is actually kind of crazy to see now. Will Brown and Lane Yates did spin, so take it with a grain of salt, but DJ Watts has pitted and is just a little bit behind those guys. Definitely leading those who've pit.
Yeah, that got 10 seconds.
Yeah.
As Justin Raleigh does pit himself. That will promote Lane Yates and Will Brown.
Dimmler had a little bit of a yellow moment there. By the way, it does look like Yuzerski, after having that moment in the grass and being overtaken, has not been able to reel in John Donahue. I'm sure he wants to. Flores takes Rally, as Rally appears to have had, or he just comes out of the pits actually. So he slots in just behind Flores. Someone in the chat said Riggs more dominant than Verstappen.
Oh boy.
Halfway through, not over yet.
Dude, with this race pace, that McLaren is the Red Bull.
Yeah. Could be. Well, especially with Martin behind the wheel. But last lap, 6/10 between Lorenzo and Riggs. But It was Lorenzo this time pulling back 6/10, but I think Martin's going to have this lap. So he does, it is 4/10 quicker than Lorenzo. So these two are just kind of trading at the moment. The gap sitting around 5.5 to 6 seconds about every lap so far. So I think any mistake that Martin does makes it up, and Lorenzo will do just about the same. So
yeah, we'll definitely see. Well, the number one thing in that battle to look out for is going to be tire wear. Can Martin Riggs hold on to his tires well enough to continue to be quicker than Lorenzo, or does Lorenzo have a shot at the end of the race with his ability to save his tires? I don't know.
I can tell you that the McLaren does have severe tire drop off.
Yeah.
So whenever those tires are gone, that car is very difficult to drive.
Oh yeah.
Especially with there being such high-speed corners here, it's going to be a little difficult at the end there for Riggs. Not sure how it is with the Ferrari.
This battle between Rose and Poe for P4 on track is currently the only battle we really have in the top 10. Everybody else is well spaced out at the moment.
Yeah, we got a battle for 13th with Flores and Rally, and then that's about it at the moment.
Yeah, this battle between Rally and Flores might get interesting here. It's for oh, Rally manages to catch an almost nasty spin there, and it's for P3 out of those who've pit. Justin Rally very recently came out of the pits behind Flores.
And he's had a really great race so far.
Do we have any interesting stats to shout out?
We can look here. Currently, Ortiz with the most positions gained, 16, starting from 23rd, but has not pit, so there is that factor. We do have Vincent up 10 positions, and a couple of people sitting at 3-4 positions. Martin Riggs does have that one important overtake to be in the lead, so there's that as well. Yep. Poe up 6 positions from his P10 starting spot.
Nice start.
So DJ Watts currently holding on to the lead of those who have pit, so he is the one to watch. Vincent does duck into the pits. Robichaud has a yellow flag. Let's see what happened to him here. I think it's probably just a little lazy spin. Go back 15 seconds and watch. Yep. That will happen here about halfway through this race to the end as tires do fall off.
Oh yeah.
A lot of lean in that corner.
Lane Yates catches up to Will Brown again. Gonna give it another go, see if he can get past him this time around.
Well, since we have a little break in the battles here, might as well give a quick shout out to our sponsors and our affiliates, shall we?
Let's hear it.
If I can find them. I had them. Where are they? Donde está? Sponsors, there you are. Well, we do this every week, only because we show massive appreciation. Huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga. Retro Saga is a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favorite classic systems, such as Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a huge thank you to our affiliates as well, Track Racer Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high-quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. That is, once again, capital SRA, lowercase TE. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. And last but not least, personal favorite of mine, Go Setups. Premium esports setups for everyone. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level.
Very well said.
Setups. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Right on cue, we had something interesting happen.
Oh, yeah?
Lane Yates has taken over Will Brown's position. And Will Brown has been absolutely sending it with a challenge as he has to get on the throttle late there, as Lane Yates was just a little bit pesky and in the way despite his loss of grip.
Yeah, and I was just looking back here at the live timing sport. Friday down in 23rd has snatched away the fastest lap.
What?
Yeah, with a 2-minute 0.42, which is 300ths quicker than Martin Riggs. Not sure what happened there, if he's taking tires or what the situation is, but Friday is currently flying as he is on the back of Madison.
William Brown gonna look to make a move through Beckett's or just follow closely? Just follow closely. Loses a little bit of grip there and probably isn't following as closely as he would like, but gets a good exit actually.
We'll have that toe. Down to Stowe here. Stowe corner, Sue. If he can stick this. You know, Lane Yates does Lane Yates things.
Gonna follow through the next set of corners as well. While we're watching this, Justin Rally's on the back of Flores, and Yezerski crawled back up to Donahue to challenge him again. Will Brown is getting real close to that Bentley's rear end.
Yeah, he is. You can't see anything around that thing.
He's doing such a good job at sticking onto him here. He's gonna dive up the inside. No. Lane Yates is just gonna keep that door closed, as he should.
And it looks like Madison did just let Friday go, but Friday decided to drift the overtake on Madison, doing it in style, so
that's
pretty bold.
Ridiculous. Friday woke up from that last pit stop and chose violence.
Yeah.
The fastest lap, drifting overtakes.
So Poe is now on the back of Madison, but I think that is a blue flag as Ortiz ducks into the pits.
Quick update other than this Will Brown fight, Justin Rally still getting a little bit closer to Flores, pushing on him, and Yezerski has fallen back just a little bit off Donahue. He might be content with just keeping it in line and running the laps that he's running. Will Brown's still sticking on to Yates here. Oh,
I don't think that's going to change. I think this battle's going to go to the end.
We can only hope.
As we have hit the 20-minute mark left in the race here, Martin Riggs up 5.5 seconds to Lorenzo, who is about 5 seconds ahead of Bobby Dockendorf for P3. So these three kind of in a league of their own, running their own race at the moment, kind of quiet. And we are having these little battles. We are seeing people duck into the pits. Probably see quite a bit more, as we do have a few more people left to pit. I believe it's 8, the top 8 at the moment left to pit.
Gazurski catches up to Donahue again as he's only 2/10 behind him. Can he stick to him this time enough to maybe take the position over?
Third time's a charm.
Third time might be a charm. Through the last corner, sticks to him pretty well. I guess we're at Abbey. Tough corner to follow through, and only loses a few tenths there. Gets even closer for the loop. Can he stick to him? A little bit slow down, but gets good drive out of it, so he's going to continue to stick. And I have a feeling he wants to get past Donahue because it appears he has the pace to open that gap if he does.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he's frustrated at any positions he might lose out on this, and if he continues to stick to him, he might just make that change. His teammate Will Brown still pushing onto Lane Yates. He's about 7/6 tenths behind him again and gaining.
And I'm interested to see where Will Brown will come out, as DJ Watts, the pit leader at the moment, is 9.5 seconds behind him. And I believe a pit stop does lose you, let me look here, about 30 to 36 seconds.
Yep. We know that Lane Yates and Will Brown were fighting Ortiz for the first third of the race.
Yep.
And we know that Lane Yates and Will Brown did have a spin out of Beckett's, so keeping that in mind, it's going to be a matter of how far behind Ortiz do they land.
Yeah, and just kind of doing some quick math here. If they were to pit now, they would come out around this battle for P12 with Rowley and Flores, as that gap is around that 30 to 36 second mark.
Yep. I have a feeling the only thing on these guys' mind is who's gonna beat who, because they've been racing all day.
So I'm trying to watch these battles, but I'm getting a little lag. I'm not entirely sure what's happening. Hurts my eyes.
It looks better in the picture-in-picture at least.
I hope.
I mean, it's still, you know, those frames are dropping, but the resolution's so small that maybe it'll work out. Oh my gosh, Will Brown gets really close to the back of Lane Yates, slots in to get that slipstream, but Lane Yates doesn't want to give him too much of a window here on the inside, but does. Will Brown sends it, gets alongside, but doesn't quite get enough drive to get ahead. He's going to try again, I bet. Nope, just following him in to this.
Lane Yates go a little deep.
Lane does go deep. Can Will Brown keep his foot down to get ahead? No, it looks like that aero wash was a little bit too much to keep the challenge going. But he stays close through Abbey.
I bet if you were to ask William Brown what he thinks of a Bentley, he's going to say he hates it.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Just the way he's been looking at it for the last half hour.
He probably can't even see.
Probably not.
Will Brown keeps taking the loop super wide. I bet it's because he can't see the apex with that. I bet he can't see the apex with that
it's like a
Bentley in
bus.
front of him. It really is.
We do have 15 minutes left of this race.
Quarter of this madness to go.
Yep, it's been, I felt like this race has gone by so fast, just how intense these battles have been. D5 once again, not disappointing. Pinnacle of racing.
Yep.
You're down in D5. Sorry, shall I say up here in D5? How about that?
Oh, yeah. Center of the universe, D5.
D5. D5 is the new D1. You know, like the orange is the new black?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Will Brown's starting to lose a little bit of pace that he hates. I guarantee you his tires, after following him for so closely, are just lit up.
Absolutely cooked.
Picture-in-picture looks much better now. Yezerski yellow in the grass.
Oh, no.
In Maggots and Beckett's. Hopefully wasn't too bad, as it looks like maybe he just went straight on. He's going to lose, you know, maybe 8 to 10 seconds from that, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So we see, actually, you know what? If he was just behind Donahue, he's only lost a second or so.
Not bad for straight lining Beckett's.
Yeah, not bad. Really not bad. As Dimmler going for a wide drift around that corner.
These guys are just getting bored. They're starting to drift.
Yeah. I don't know how they're getting bored. Ortiz goes off.
Oh, that's not good.
And he's in an awkward spot. He's going to have to let these guys go. And tell you for sure, Will Brown and Lane Yates are going to be happy with that, as they might re-enter a battle with him, depending on the timing. I'm not a math guy, so.
Me neither. I just kind of guess. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's not.
Collagen goes wide here at Maggots, and the race isn't over yet. It's not time for donuts. No traction in that sand, but he at least manages to find the track again.
Just moving back up to the top here, Martin Riggs, I think, is finally getting set in with this tire wear. He's lost about 2 seconds to Lorenzo on this lap.
Yep. He is moving a bit slower. I would guess that you're right. He's got 11.5 minutes. Maybe, you know, 12
Will Brown,
or
yellow
so
flag.
minutes. Will Brown, yellow flag, but he's still moving forward.
See what happened here. Go back 15 seconds.
He's in our picture-in-picture.
Oh, Robichaud's shooting across the track.
How did that happen?
I'm not sure. Darren Robichaud just trying to, I think, get out of the way. Just was not the right place, not the right time either.
Yeah. Well, Will Brown had he already had one car hit him dead on, so.
Yeah. Sure, that's not going to help.
What's a little bit more damage, you know?
Interested to see what his pit stop time will be. See if he just elects to take that, or he's just going to go all the way to the end and just deal with it for another lap or two.
Right. Yeah, a little bit of a shout out here to Lorenzo. He is keeping the pace low, doing low 201s, and ever so slowly appears to be reeling in Martin.
Yeah, but Riggs has kind of been bouncing all over the place. Was up about a second quicker that lap, and then losing it a bit here. So Martin Riggs is kind of struggling with the tire wear at the moment.
Yeah. No real battles in the top 10 remaining, but Boisano is still trying to clear, or rather he's trying to catch up to Flores.
I would go to this P17 battle, but some funky shit is going on. It's Daimler drives through Vincent as I just jump over.
Yeah, he does. And Vincent has a bad spin into the grass there.
Yeah, Daimler just keeps going.
That's going to be a lot of positions as the leader is now going to pass him again.
Yep. As Lorenzo does
in the pit. Very interested to see how far ahead of DJ Watts he comes out. I guess a decent bit. He came to a really slow stop there.
This is a long pit stop. Lorenzo was stopped for 6 seconds.
I think he might have undershot his zone. Maybe he turned the car off and had to get up to it. I'm not sure what happened there.
Not sure, but he was stopped for a total of 34 seconds. We'll see if Martin Riggs keeps going or he does just keeps on going.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm surprised he pit at that moment. I'm wondering if there was some reason he had to.
Yeah.
You know, maybe his tires were getting hot or something.
Oh, we'll watch him here because he is only 1 second off of Pat Cockcroft, who is running about mid-202s at the moment, which is about almost a second slower than what Lorenzo's been doing.
DJ Watts caught up to Will Brown, who's not yet pit. He has Byron behind him. And unfortunately, it looks like Will Brown's gap to Lane Yates has built to 11 seconds. So that little skirmish he had through, or right before Abbey has definitely cost him some time here. DJ Watts about 24 seconds behind Lorenzo.
Yeah, that's a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bobby Dockendorf is now in the pits. Lorenzo is on the back of Cockcroft, like I had mentioned could happen. Didn't take very long. We'll see what happens there, if Pat holds him up any or if he lets him go, but I'm going to assume that Pat will give him the absolute hell that Pat can.
Well, Pat goes into the pits.
Never mind. Plays massive into to Lorenzo's favor there. Doesn't have to do any battling. Bobby Dockendorf, where does he come out? He's come out right behind Lorenzo. As he does make up that 3 second gap, it does look like Bobby Dockendorf had a 5 second stop time. So he made up a lot of time somewhere to Lorenzo, because the gap was 4 seconds. So it is half a second now.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lorenzo's stop time was big, but I'm guessing that his motion into the stop zone, or whatever you call it,
yeah,
I think that was also slow. As
they are getting held up a bit from blue flag. See if backs off. I think he does. From Madison there. See if Bobby Dockendorf can bring the challenge to Lorenzo. Hasn't had this opportunity all race, but Lorenzo has been unleashed. 14-second gap in front of him, so not much in his way of hot lapping. Once again, Bobby Dockendorf will have the toe. But that dirty air is going to make it very difficult to follow, but we do have just under 6 minutes left of this race. Anything Bobby's got, bring it on.
I want to see a battle in Bobby Dock. Let's see some racing.
Martin ducks into the pit. His last lap was a low 201, so it was a very good lap there. 206 on his in lap.
Well, would you look at that? Yazurski finally gets past Donahue. I think Donahue might have had a situation in Maggots and Beckett's that allowed for that. As Yazurski has gone from 10 seconds behind him to 9 seconds ahead of him.
As Poe and Rose pit. Martin Riggs stopped for a total of 5 seconds, 32-second stop time, 4 seconds quicker than Lorenzo's pit stop was, or 2 seconds. Sorry, 2 seconds.
Yep.
As the gap is almost 7 seconds.
Lane Yates also entering the pit. Oh my gosh, I don't think he knew where to activate the pit limiter, as he entered that quite slow as well. Will Brown, another yellow flag as he's just going into the pits. Does he know where to hit the brakes? It doesn't look like it.
I don't think so. He stopped about 4 years too early.
Yeah, him and Lane Yates both.
Hey, too slow is better than too fast.
That's true. Very much so better than too fast, but still.
Yeah.
You guys gotta
lose
practice
4
that.
seconds. 4 seconds compared to the 30.
Yep. Bobby Dockendorf still just a little bit behind Lorenzo. About a second.
Martin Riggs definitely doubled the gap from Lorenzo to Riggs in the pits. Like you said, not sure what happened to Lorenzo there. He was in the pits for quite a long time. Martin Riggs up 6/10 now with 3.5 minutes left. Bobby Dockendorf has fallen off a bit, but is still there as he does close the gap back down to 1 second. So any mistake Lorenzo has, Bobby Dock is there for the cleanup.
Only one driver left who hasn't pit, and that is Will Brown. Actually,
Will Brown
came out. Yeah, he's pit. So everybody's pit, I believe.
His has not counted for some reason.
You hate to see it. Did the bug get him?
I think the bug got him.
I hope the bug didn't get him.
He was stopped for 4 seconds. Pit stop was a total of 30 seconds. I definitely think he got the bug because he would have the quickest pit stop of anybody. That is not good for your championship battle. There's both Nick Cameron and Will Brown will suffer here in Silverstone. Martin Riggs has 2.5 minutes left to hold on to this to make this a massive lead here in the D5 driver standings. As he is put on once again out of nowhere, unreal performance here at Silverstone in that McLaren Evo. Might be the OP car at the moment.
Oh yeah. Will Brown going to be very disappointed to lose that P16. Would have been a pretty decent result for him, all things considered, but the bug comes for us all.
It does.
I think 2 weeks ago the bug came for his teammate, so a lot of not very lucky over there at Slow Ohio.
Now, as that pit window is closed, so even if he was to pit again, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't count. So
he has to take a 130-second penalty.
That is very unfortunate, and that will drop him very far down. I believe, not good at math, but bottom 2 somewhere would be my guess.
Bobby Dockendorf still hanging on, about a second behind Lorenzo.
Yeah, he's keeping it close.
This is for P2.
And Flores and Raleigh and Boston fighting hard here for P9, as I do get the little lag spike again. Hard to watch. Ortiz on the back of Lane Yates as well, about 7/10 off. Demler on the back of Ronnie Felker for P17. Battles are rising. Friday still has the quickest lap there.
He's
down
gonna
in
keep
P22.
it.
Not sure how or what happened there. It was a one-off or what happened, but
maybe he took half fuel out.
Could be. As Martin Riggs has started the final lap here at Silverstone. He's got about a 7-second gap to Lorenzo, who is doing his best to just keep it between the lines and on track. Because Bobby Dock is ready to pounce here on the last lap. Flores does get past Bolsonaro looking down here.
No, we just watched Boisano get past Flores.
Ah, sorry. Can't watch that battle.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's going to be interesting. Justin Raleigh has really pulled ahead after Flores and Boisano started fighting. So he might have a comfy P9, depending on how much pace Boisano has in him. And if he can get away from a anxious Flores.
Yeah, Justin Riley has actually had a phenomenal race. Started P19, is up to P9, 10 positions gained.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be the final lap for pretty much everybody on track.
It is, yeah.
For 3.
Martin Riggs, as the clock has expired, Martin Riggs is approaching the final few corners here.
So there's going to be a fight for P10 with Boisano and Flores. Fight for P7 here between Byron and Watts. This is actually a fight for P6.
Yeah, and DJ
Byron
Watts
came out of nowhere.
Went a little wide on Abby and was in the grass for a while. Ian Byron looked up the inside for the switchback, but DJ Watts blocking it off.
Martin Riggs finishes the race, and look at that. Lorenzo and Dockendorf, half a second between them, finishing second and third.
Very close.
Back to Byron.
Well done, Martin Riggs.
Oh, Byron tries to send it up the inside, but it just doesn't work. He's not going to have enough drive to really challenge here on the last corner, but maybe he can get a good exit.
Both
Watts
him
is
and
going to keep
DJ.
that. Nice racing between them for P6
close.
and P7.
Ortiz half a second off of DJ Watts. Or not DJ Watts, Lane Yates, my bad. My apologies. Final corner here, a little far back to do anything.
Boisano is going to keep P10. That coveted P10 position belongs to Boisano. Flores stayed close. Gave it a valiant fight. Ortiz follows Yates in for P12 and P13. Connor Yuzerski finalizing that last lap for P14. That's going to be his best of the season. Donahue in P15. Will Brown in P16. No fights rounding out this fight, so we're seeing Brown cross, Felker cross in 16, I believe, 17th, Cameron in 18th, and the rest.
Yeah, we'll see where Will Brown drops to with that 130-second penalty. Brown drops down to P21.
Yeah, that's not going to feel great for him.
No, but I'll tell you what, though. Martin Riggs takes a massive leap forward here.
Yeah, Martin Riggs, I would say, now has such a commanding lead over Will Brown. And where did Nick Cameron finish?
Nick Cameron finished P17.
Yeah, so those two still have a chance to fight each other. But Martin Riggs is going to be in a very nice position.
For sure. And let's pull him up here real quick. Get a quick word from him before they have to start. Oh, as he just starts it.
He's too quick.
I'm gonna piss him off real quick.
Let's hear him.
It'll be quick. It'll be quick. Where are we? I'm sorry. I saw that you started the race review, but I figured I had to get you up here before everybody jumps in. Hell of a race, dude. That race pace was unreal. It looked like Lorenzo had it in the bag with that 58.5. That was almost D1 pace.
That was ridiculous.
Unreal, but
good half second over my PB there with that.
Yeah. That was unreal. And then lap one for you. Hell of a jump on him. Not sure what happened to him, but he fell back to P4 and you just ran away with it and never looked back. He did have a little sketchy moment there at the end, or towards the end. I know you said in the past that McLaren on tires is brutal.
It can be, especially at this track, man.
Was it for you?
Yeah, well, so I kind of learned from the practice race a little bit yesterday, and just there were certain turns that I knew I needed to take it easier on during the race to not scrub the tires as much.
Yeah.
And so, especially since I was able to jump out to that early start, I was able to kind of keep it clean. I wasn't fighting anybody the whole race. So I wasn't destroying my tires and could kind of just chill.
Yeah, no, and you were putting in good laps. You and Lorenzo were trading laps, and Unfortunately, Friday did get the quickest lap. So
yeah, he was right in front of me when he did it too. I saw it pop up on my MFD. I was like, "That son of a bitch."
I know, I saw it. I was so confused. But I mean, all around great race from you. And I will tell you, if you watch this back, you'll see who chose you to win this race. No biggie. But great race, dude. I'll let you get back to the race chat. Wanted to get you in here before everybody joined, but yeah, we'll talk again later. But like I said, good race, and your championship competitors, Nick Cameron down on P17 and Will Brown actually taking a 130-second penalty. He got the pit lane bug where it doesn't refuel his car, so he's down on P21.
Yikes!
So you massively gained this week going into week 8, the final week.
I'll take it.
So absolutely. So the ball's in your court, brother.
Much appreciated.
No problem, dude. Take care.
Congrats, man.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, he moved. Whew, Martin Riggs. Let's get Lorenzo up here if he's in chat.
Lorenzo. I can't wait to ask him about his pit stop.
Yeah, let's do it. Where is he? There he is. Christian Lorenzo, my friend, welcome back up here. It's a common occurrence. P2. Let's go to qualifying first. 58.5. What are you doing in D5, huh? Oh, he's gone. Didn't want to talk to us, apparently.
He's gone. All right.
He is gone. Didn't want to talk to us.
Maybe he's mad about his pit stop.
Could be. Could be. Who was P3? Bobby Doc was.
Yeah, Bobby Dockendorf was chasing him down on the last lap.
But I don't see him in chat at the moment. Bobby Dockendorf. Nope, I don't see Bobby. Well,
we gotta have somebody.
I got pinged. Somebody pinged me. Who pinged me? Lorenzo. Oh, he clicked the wrong thing. Okay, we'll bring him back real quick. He clicked the wrong button.
Let's find him.
Got him.
Where is that man?
Mr. Lorenzo. Give it a second go.
Yep. My bad.
You're good. No, you're good. We're like, oh, he doesn't want to talk to us.
No, I'm on my headset, and yeah, I was playing with the, with the, what is it, the controller thing.
Yeah.
And I clicked, I went back to the other chat. My bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, 58.5 in qualifying, brother. That's 2/10 off of D1.
Yeah.
So was that
I think I was actually up on my last lap.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I did see that. So absolute class show there in qualifying. 7/10 to Martin Riggs. What happened there on the start of the race?
Honestly, I don't know. I got caught napping.
I guess.
Yeah, I was just looking at my tires, checking making sure that I click off change tires for my pit stop.
Yeah.
I honestly got caught napping, and I lost 2 positions right before turn 1.
For sure. And we thought with that quality pace you had there was a matter of time by the time you caught Martin, but I mean you guys were just trading lap for lap.
Dude, Matt
had
so much pace.
I messed up my race setup, so I was running with 27.8 in my tire pressures. Yep. Yeah,
that's not nice, and I'm sure your tires were a little cooked.
Definitely.
So
I didn't check at the end how much, what point they were, but yeah, it was pretty bad. I had to, slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to match his speed just to keep Dockendorf behind. That was my main goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was fun. A little bit of hot lapping there in the middle of the race, but at the end, Dockendorf, put the pressure on me. He was pretty close.
Oh yeah.
The gap was about 4 seconds when he pit, and then he was right on the back of you when he came out. We did notice he had kind of a slower pit stop. Did something happen there?
I think I just went in too slow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I tried a couple of times in the practice races, and I got a penalty, so I was a little bit.
Makes sense.
Yeah, afraid I didn't want to go in too hot.
yeah. And we had said that it's better to be slower than it is to be quick going in hot into the pit lane. Yep. So
I had to lose 3-4 seconds, then 30 or whatever it is.
Exactly. So I mean, all around great race once again. Up here on the podium. This is a common occurrence for you.
Huge.
We do have.
Hopefully we can do it one more time.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Silver win too.
Yep. Once again.
Yeah, that was my main goal. Just to try and chip away at that lead from Duckendorf in the drivers' championship.
Yeah, and I can tell you that standings haven't updated. You are 18 points behind him
Ooh.
Damn, it's gonna be.
for
It's
silver.
gonna need a bit of a miracle at the end, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah,
Might be
Yeah, there's
on though.
it is very close. A lot of positions you could gain there into Valencia. Have you done any practice at Valencia with it being the new track here?
I did a little bit this weekend, but I haven't sweated yet, so I have to.
Haven't sweated yet. What an answer. But yeah, it's going to be close between you and Bobby. Bobby's also stepped it up as well. He's really brought it the past couple races, so anything could happen. So
yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be interesting finale.
for sure, for sure. So well, we wish you the best of luck this
you,
week
guys.
for the last week of season 7.
Thank you, thank you, and thank you for commentating. It's pretty awesome going back to watch the streams. It's pretty funny. So thanks for everything you do.
It's been super fun to watch. Like we say, pinnacle of racing here in D5, and and you've been putting on the show.
This race was so good.
It was a very good race to watch. So.
Well, I gotta go back to watch it now.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. So we'll put you back down there. Thanks for coming up and talking to us.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. There he is, Christian Lorenzo. What
really good race out of him, despite the turn 1 issue. At the start, I still think he had a really good race, especially when you consider just the race pace that Martin was displaying was kind of otherworldly.
For sure. And like I said, the standings have updated. Martin Riggs has made a 60-point swing and is now 46 points ahead of Nick Cameron. So it's going to take a lot from Martin Riggs to lose this one. Nick Cameron and William Brown are split by about 23 points. So still pretty close there, but I think it's Martin Riggs's to lose.
It's not updated there for me yet, but
no, it probably won't. But the team standings, I think, is pretty much secured with Bobby Dockendorf pulling off that podium with a 124-point gap. So, a lot to play for the drivers. Martin Riggs, my friend, it's all yours, brother.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. But my money's on Martin. Just saying. Just saying.
Look, if I was a betting man, I would probably put my money on Martin too. But
yeah,
a lot can happen.
Anything could happen. But I think that'll be it for us tonight. Got anything else?
No, just to sum it up, that was some really awesome racing.
Glad
to be here for it.
For sure, that was definitely one of the most fun races to watch. A lot of action-packed hour there from the D5 guys there, but
yep.
Yeah, that'll do it for us here in D5. We'll be back next week for the final race of season 7, and to declare our champions for the drivers and the team series, or the team championship. Sorry, but from me and from Cody, and from potentially Mike, RIP. We'll see y'all next week.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 3 long weeks here at SRA.
Welcome back to the best racing in North America, home of the SRA GT3 Team Series. 60 minutes of action-packed, door-to-door racing, 6 divisions, 6 different championships on the line. Let's get ready for some action tonight.
An incident on turn. We have Boardman at a yellow. Looks like he's dropping down positions there on the chicane as a bunch of cars are coming through.
Byron's going to take a dive in the Lexus.
Johnson looking to go down the inside of Maxwell.
And we're off and away for SRA.